Premier League ever been more challenging?
Will you be in the dugouts at Old Trafford on Sunday? I will be here. Definitely.
Okay, let's go.
Hello, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Thumbs up if you can hear me. Thumbs up if you can hear me. Oh, fantastic. There was some problems. Should I restart the stream? Maybe not. Maybe I should just start over again. Let me start over again. Let's do that. Let's start over again, people, like I start a new stream. And let's do that. Listen, it's only fair and square. Okay. So, hello and welcome to MUFC Realist TV. I apologize for the glitch. The gremlins was in the house. Glazer Wi-Fi, or you might call it StreamYard. We have some breaking Manchester United transfer news that we're going to talk about today. In today's video, of course, we're going to talk about the latest explosive bombast. What is going on off Manchester United, Old Trafford, and outs and ins. Emi Martínez to Manchester United. That is heating up. United is eyeing Aston Villa's goalkeeper as the #1 goalkeeper. And what's going on with Andrew Onana? Will he stay? Will he leave? Well, we got some news snippets to say that he might potentially stay, but he might be as a #2 goalkeeper. And also Jadon Sancho, the latest and the greatest regarding Sancho to Juventus and Napoli. That's going to be a bidding war, 25 million plus 5 add-ons. Who's going to fund that goalkeeper? Of course, going to be Jadon Sancho and Marcus Rashford. Of course, the two chuckle brothers that never gives in. It is Marcus Rashford, of course. Where will Marcus Rashford go? The latest report saying that he's got offer to Real Madrid. Poor Marcus, and we're going to talk about Mbeumo latest story, as I've been hearing that it might be a done deal. Here we go over the weekend. Guys, as per usual, you know what to do. Like and subscribe. And let's send it.
And Garnacho!
Has the Premier League ever been more challenging?
Will you be in the dugout at Old Trafford on Sunday? I will be here. Definitely. I don't know.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, let's go. We have sound, people, and I do apologize, but I had to do the intro again and potentially cut it out later on. How you all doing this bloody Good Friday? And I'm sorry. It is nothing worse when you have gremlins like, you know, in the ether, especially when you have StreamYard that's been glitching for the past week. Well, we have some breaking bombas, people. How you all doing this Friday? Whatever you're drinking, cheers, pin back your ears and join us. I was supposed to have Graham Bailey on today's show as a special guest, the journalist Graham Bailey. He canceled me. Graham, if you're listening in final dying moments, my all my best to your father who is in hospital. Graham, all the best if you're listening. And then I called up Mark Nurse that was supposed to join. Mark, MUFC fan, and he got stuck on a bloody train in Frankfurt, so he might join in about 40 minutes. Nobody really knows. Stuck. That's what we say. Manchester United needs to sell a lot of players, and that's what a lot of you guys are saying. We are stuck, we are sinking, nothing is really going on. Well, let's start off with the story of Jadon Sancho. Anyway, guys, I want to sort of continue shout you out as well, guys, as per usual. Listen, I did it before, but I'm going to sort of repeat myself again. Robert Nisia, welcome to the stream, my friend. There is no sound mic. Yeah, no, I fixed it. Glass of 99. Sancho swap with Vlahovic. Yeah, we're going to talk about that one. Class of 99, come uppercut again, keeps bombarding, can't see Rashford going to Madrid. This stack of wingers. Yeah, but where will he go, my friend? We talk about that cool and composed. Rashford to Madrid isn't happening, in your opinion. This is the transfer window, mate. Anything could happen. This is the silly season. You know what? Some people love the speculations. I do love it, and I do follow it. And what you're saying here, the most sensible thing, guys, like, smash, and comment. 100%. Smash the like button. It is absolutely free of contact. I started a poll as well, which you should get involved in. Basically, where do you think that Jadon Sancho will go? Will he go to Napoli or will it be Juventus? The bidding war that we, Man United, are fucking waiting for, to be honest. And sorry for swearing, it is Friday because Chelsea screwed us over. They returned him back. We got 5 million and we're now looking that we're going to sell him with 25 million extra. Bam! Manchester United profit. And that will in my opinion, and what I've been hearing, funding the goalkeeper. Wow, that is a bonus, people. That is a bonus. Let's continue. I hear there's no sound. Yeah, there is no sound. I am blink twice. Yes, blink 182. 100%. Okay, now we are kicking and going. Luan France has been a member for 18 months, and that deserves a toot-toot. That is a Jarvis special toot-toot. Guess who invented it? It was me. Anyway, anyway, S. Madison in the house. Luan France in the house. Who else? Jarle Malmin. Jarle Malmin. What else do we have? What else? Sadiq Rahman. Yes, you can hear me now. Fantastic. Fantastic. Tiramisu. Why I keep reading your name at Tiramisu, man. And Temas again, Deliso. Mr. Deliso, how are you doing, Mr. Deliso? I'm sorry, I'm word blind. But every time I read your name, I read Tiramisu. I love Tiramisu, by the way, on the Friday. United, I want Osimhen, Mbeumo, Emi Martínez, Edison, Luis Malik, Fofana, Roger Fernandez to United is better for next season. Listen, that is a brilliant point, man, because at the end of this video, I'm going to reveal my predicted starting 11, 25, 26. So get your starting 11, 25, 26 in the chat as well. Start now, because I already composed mine, to be honest. Smash the like what John Edmund is saying. Big up, Johnny. How you doing? Yes, Manchester United are working on Bayandir to Besiktas. It is still on. That is one that will fund the goalkeeping deal. Bayandir is out the door. Big up Stephanie Griffith this Friday. Lovely Friday. Lovely Stephanie Griffith. You give me all my loving to you, Stephanie. Big up Mick and MVR Room. Big up to yourself as well. Let me continue. Hey, Stephanie Griffith. Let's just dive right into the bloody stories, shall we? Let's go. Add to the stage. What is going on? Well, Mick Ruby was a little bit active, got snippets information from club officials and some tier 1 journalists. And here is my breaking exclusive. Breaking exclusive. Manchester United eye Emi Martínez as the new numero uno goalkeeper. Okay, let's continue the story. Manchester United are seriously considering a move for Emi Martínez to become the first choice goalkeeper this summer, while Onana still could stay. Club sources reveal optimism that the transfer is likely. His agent is actively seeking options. I mean, Onana's agents are actively looking, and there are some damning reports as well that Saudi are in for him. There's another French club looking at him as well. So, with Saudi Arabia still on the table, not as advanced as of yet, a trusted source told us United believe there is a window to negotiate with Aston Villa's 40 million asking price. You see, I'm going to explain to you. Aston Villa, they are evaluating him on 40 million. Villa are under PSR pressure and need to raise funds before July 30th. You see, and this is where the crux come. You know, within the next 10 days, United are, what I've been hearing, are considering to offer 20 to 30 million or 25 million plus add-ons for Emi Martínez. So this deal is very, very advanced, right? There's already talks and negotiations with the agent, but they also know Villa's situation. They need to offload a lot of players, otherwise they'll be in serious trouble and potentially points deduction. Martínez value currently, if you read on Transfermarkt, is 20 million. 20 million euros, okay? Contract expires the 30th, 2029. Martinez, by the looks of it, is forcing a move and tells his agent that I want Manchester United. Get me Manchester United. Club insists that this move won't affect United's summer budget, according to what we're hearing. If Onana stays, he would likely be phased out as a number 2. And Altar Bayandir's sale could accelerate this deal in the next coming days. Like, guys, you know what I mean? This is like music to my ears in a way, because since when did we have two World Cup, you know, a good number 2, right? And if you can't sell Onana, by the way, because clubs are not blind, they're looking at Onana's pre-season or past season, and they say, oh, dude, this guy is a calamity. Will we even buy him for 2025? Well, there is potentially tally as well. And we're going to discuss this on Sunday with Alfredo Pedula exclusive live, as we launching our first Transfer Bombas with Alfredo Pedula live every Sunday. So we're going to discuss a lot of things regarding Serie A, the Manchester United links, because Alfredo Pedula is a very credible Italian source, is my colleague in the industry. So guys, what do you think at the end of the day? You know, Emi Martinez, good, better than Onana. Some people say, well, replacing a bozo with a better bozo. Yeah, but he is a bozo. He is a shitster, a kind of person that is a leader, that is kind of a shitster in the dressing room and on the pitch as well. We hated him when we played against him, but he's a World Cup winner as well. Now, of course, he got suspended, he got a red card against Rasmus Højlund, so that means that he will miss out the first 2-3 games in the opening season of Premier League, and that's where you can play your number 2 goalkeeper. But there is no panic at the disco, because if how this links in to a bonus sale is that Manchester United did not plan in the beginning to sign a goalkeeper. They plan to get money for JADON Sancho, and it looks like they're going to get money for JADON Sancho, and that money is going to be reinvested, potentially fund the Emi Martinez deal. Aston Villa will not get 40 million, as per my understanding. United will keep on the evaluation, which is 20 million. So they will probably offer 20-25 million, do the amortization, and add some add-ons for etc. Guys, how excited are you? How excited are you? I mean, if you look at the striker position, we need to score goals, and we're adding on Mbeumo, we're adding on Cunha, we're adding on potentially GYOKERES, and we have a great midfield in terms of Bruno Fernandes, Ugarte. We have wingbacks in Amad Diallo. Patrick Dorgo still learning on the job, but in my opinion, we need to get another left wingback, a better version, a more mature that can attack as well. But Dorgo, I wouldn't sleep on him on next season as well, like it was his maiden season. And then you're looking at the defense, De Ligt, Euro, Heaven, you know, Mazarawi, and then you add the goalkeeper. Because last year we conceded way too much silly goals, in my opinion. And trust me, if defense, if you have a shaky goalkeeper, you don't trust your goalkeeper. And he's been doing kilometers. He's been doing howlers, blunders. But if you all of a sudden put Emi Martinez or Milinkovic-Savic, job done, right? You score a lot of shit, tons, a lot of goals, and you don't concede. And that is the winning formula. And then you have top 4, in my opinion. Big up Niall Kane as well. How are you doing? Big up to you. Let me go in the chat as well. 51 watching and only 11 likes. Stephanie, you, I don't know. Let me go and check. Let me go and check to give you the actual figure. Actually, 300 watching right now and 12 likes, Stephanie. So get your likes up and coming. Thomas Veggen has just popped in all the way from Sweden. I guess a lot of people dropped out because of this sound issue, but please, please, please tell everyone to come back in, because sound is now working. I would rather spend it on a top striker than a new goalkeeper. We need goals more than anything. Thomas? In a way, yes. We need to score goals, but we don't need a bozo to let in silly goals. You know what I mean? If you manage to keep a lot of clean sheets and win a lot of games, what does it do to the points tally? What does it do to the goal difference at the end of the day when you count it up at the Premier League table? That's my point, right? That is my point. Emi Martins, what you're saying here, class of 99 is 25 million tops. I agree with you, 25 million tops. If you look at the transfer market, his value is on 20 million, right? And he's definitely forcing the move. So where do we stand on it? Where is the latest? What is the latest? I'm just scanning it. I'm just scanning it. I'm just scanning it. And 100% just in Emi Martinez camp. It says just in for United exclusive here. Let me just pull this to the stage, guys. Just in. Emi Martinez camp have been working overtime to make it known he's eager to join Manchester United. There has been no approach for Manchester United, and all indications have been of Andro Onana staying and playing. That's coming from Nath Salt. Nath Salt, okay. He's so credible, but you know what? Fabrizio Romano said it as well yesterday. There's been concrete talks, and there's definitely legs into the Emi Martinez to Manchester United. So I'd rather listen to, you know, Fabrizio Romano than Nath Salt, to be honest. Let me know what you think as well. More. Muppeteers is also coming in. The Muppeteers is saying Emi Martinez' agent is strongly pushing for a move to Manchester United. Yes, because he's forcing a move. He wants Manchester United. Could it be his pal in the national team? You know who? You know who? I forgot we had him. I forgot we have him. Licha. Could it be Licha whispering? I forgot we had Licha, and Licha will be back next season as well, guys. in a way, I'm excited regarding this because we need a better goalkeeper. No doubt. Absolutely no doubt. And breaking as well. We have some more breaking news regarding Andrew Onana. Monaco are interested in Andrew Onana. Atalanta's Marco Carnesci is now among one of the targets of Manchester United to replace him, according to Di Marzio. And it was Di Marzio today that came out with this transfer bomba, by the way, that, you know, Jadon Sancho is now in talks with Juventus. We know from fact that Napoli have already agreed personal terms with agreement with Jadon Sancho, so we know he's going to go to Serie A. But now Juventus is entering the race. They want Jadon Sancho. So this is going to be very interesting. Will we see a bidding war here? Will we get more than 25 million? Will we get 30 million? Let them fight out, because it's absolutely got legs and everyone is reporting on it. Everyone is saying. So I am sort of kind of gassed in, you know what I mean? Let me know your thoughts and feelings at the end of it, and get involved in the poll as well, because I did post a poll. Where do you think he will end up going, right? So Fabrizio Romano reported about this yesterday as well, about the Jadon Sancho situation. No, it was Onana situation. But however, I do hear from, you know, my colleague down there in Alfredo Pedula that this has legs. So I tend to go on who I trust. This is a problem that we thought we will have. This was a headache that we didn't want. But in a way, I think the Man United knew already that they had suitors, right? That's why they took back the 5 million. So Man United made 5 million on Chelsea by taking back and selling him potentially for 25, 30 million. In a way, if you look at the debt is already paid up from Sancho, from Dortmund. I think we have one more installment to pay, but we are actually going to make some profit out of it. What do you think? What do you think? I want to hear from you. Get involved in the chat. I want to read something about. Yep. Let me see. Somebody, Stephanie Griffith comes in with a comment. Guys, get involved with your questions here right now. I want to sort of get this show as interactive as possible. If Villa want money for Martinez and desperate to sell, I would even lower and say most willing to pay 20 million. 100%, Stephanie. That is the bargain chip. United know that Villa are in financial troubles. They might even sell, what's his name, Ollie Watkins to us. Who knows? Would you take Watkins at the end of the day? He's a good player, but would you start at United? Nobody really knows. Bidding wars. What Stephanie Griffith's saying. Only work if player actually wants to leave for these clubs. Sancho, Rashford have a form of this staying put. Yes, sirree. And you know what? Here's a common denominator, right? We keep hearing that, you know, Anthony Dos Santos is willing to take a 30% pay cut. He wants to stay at Real Betis. The transfer fee is never the problem. Like, you know, clubs are willing to pay for, you know, Anthony. They're willing to pay for Sancho. They're willing to pay for Rashford, but they're not willing to sort of pay for the wages, right? Barcelona said sayonara to Rashford. They went for Nico Williams because Nico Williams lowered down his wage demand for 30 million. So, you know, it's a shambles if I look at Rashford and I will look around who is my agent and what are they advising me? You know, regarding Rashford, they did this January tour where they toured around AC Milan, Juventus. They went to Dortmund. They went to super clubs, Real Madrid and everywhere. And he ended up in Aston Villa, right? Aston Villa would love to keep him, but they simply can't pay his wages. So the only way for Marcus Rashford here, because he ain't coming back to Man United. You know, Ruben Amorim has made it abundantly clear. You're not coming to training. You're not going to go to pre-season with us. You're going to put in the doghouse. And we know that Rashford wants to get into the World Cup squad. Yeah. So he's back in the corner here. Where does he want to go? The options are limited. And I keep hearing also Eintracht Frankfurt might be interested. You know what I mean? I keep also hearing that Ten Hag might be interesting. But the one that came out today, 100%, that's, let me see, there was a story today. Where did that go? I lost everything in the glitch. Yes, it came in today, 100%, just in here. This is coming from a Real Madrid Def Central to say Justin Marcus Rashford had been offered to Real Madrid. Now, if you go in on the Def Central, there are a massive account, Real Madrid account. So he's been offered, But does it mean that Real will take him? Does it mean? I don't really know. You know, he's in the mud at the moment, Rashford, you know, in my opinion. The options are running out. So in a way, I'm sort of glad that, you know, he got the snub from Barcelona, because that story would have been dragging on until the end of the window. So we need to sell him, right? He's a homegrown profit. If we sell him for 40, 45 million, that is still plus on the books. And that means that we can go and get Gyökeres ASAP. However, regarding Real Betis and Anthony, they want him. And he's been a gentleman, saying that, listen, I want to stay here. I want to play football. I'll lower down my wages 30%. Nico Williams did it as well for Barcelona. So you got to look at this way, guys. Clubs that don't have money anymore to pay these ridiculous wages. So you got to make some sacrifice. Are you a footballer? Do you want to play football? Or are you just thinking about money? And that is the sentiments. But I think that David Ornstein was saying that clubs do not want to pay Victor Osimhen's salary, because he's way too much. And plus his toxic element in the club. So people look at Rashford, they look at the history, they do their due diligence and say, wow, listen, Rashford, a little bit problematic. Sancho might be a little bit problematic. But listen, at the end of the day, I think that Italia's Serie A, and we're going to find out on Sunday, is interested in Marcus Rashford. Listen, Napoli, they are doing a bidding war with Juventus. They need a left winger. They're looking at Sancho. They're also looking at, you know, we have Conte there, loving Premier League players. Of course, Conte would love to have a Marcus Rashford. But guess what? If all of a sudden Napoli gets big money to sell Victor Osimhen, there will be money. And I believe they will come in for a Marcus Rashford. So the options might be there, but they're limited at the end of the day. Anything could happen. But I believe that the closest one out of the door right now seems to be Jadon Sancho, right? A bidding war. This is going to be exciting to follow, in my opinion. Rajat V in the house. Hi, how are you doing? Guys, if you want to do super chat, I do accept super chat as a nice donation, and also memberships as well. Got Discord link to this channel, Mick. It's not yet. No, mate, I don't have Discord. Let me know if you want me to create a Discord. I used to have Telegram, is still there, but I just don't have time, mate, you know. If I'm going to have a Discord, I need a moderator. I need somebody to run the Discord. I'm way too busy. So if you have any suggestions, if you want to run a Discord, let me know. And if anyone wants to be a moderator or managing the Discord channel, I'm more than happy to open one. But personally, I have too many, you know, things going on my plate at the moment. But Rajan, do you know how to open a Discord? Rajan, do you want to be the moderator for the Discord channel? DM me as well, Rajan. Big up. So guys, it's going to be interesting. Very much interesting. Now regarding Mbeumo, right? Regarding Mbeumo, we know the second bid has gone in. I don't think that Man United will end up on 63 million or 60. I think it's going to be about 55 plus add-ons, right? Some people saying we are slow in the market, but I say that we are being smart. I think that we are not going to be overpaying. I think that we are setting the standards, that we are not longer the Manchester United of the old. We made already one signing, and we're waiting for Mbeumo to come in. And there's some noise rumbling coming out that this deal has gone in, as Manchester United, as reported before, Manchester United will only do this second bid once everything is lined. Once they know that they will accept it, meaning Brentford will accept it. So there have been hardcore negotiations. They've been dithering between a couple of millions. And now finally they come to a second bid. So once this second bid is in, it ain't going to take long until we have a full agreement, in my opinion. But as per usual, I want to hear your thoughts and feelings. When do you think it will be happening, or does it really matter? Luan France comes in with a super chat. I do owe you one. Thank you, Luan. Love you. No, you don't owe me anything, Luan. But anyway, thank you for your generosity, and keep it coming, guys. You know, I don't get much super chats, and of course, there's a lot of work that goes on behind the channel that you don't know. So I'm doing this for free, you know what I mean? So YouTube doesn't pay much, you know. The way YouTube is paying if you have sponsorships, and yeah, 100%. Love you, Luan. Thank you so much, guys. If you are generous, please open up your wallet and super chat. That would be amazing. Ah, my God. Why? I don't know. Luan will ask you. Luan will say. Let me go into the chat as well, guys. Let me go into the chat. Live stream chat. Let me see in the poll. Where do you think Sancho will end up? You have two options here. We have 100 votes so far. Juventus or Napoli. Lo and behold, grazie mille. Number uno is Juventus on 91%. Number due, Napoli on only 9%. Why? Why do you think so? I'm intrigued to understand. Why do you think you will go to Juventus on 91%? I will end this poll. Let me know in the chat. Why? I mean, as far as I understood, Napoli is the one that it's been, you know, the closest, right? Napoli is the one that has, like, you know, agreement with Sancho already, right? The Juventus has just entered right now. But if Juventus comes in, they have more money and they could spend more. And of course, the black and white, the old lady, is a great pulling power, right? Could Marcus Rashford go to Napoli? Will he go to Napoli at the end of the day? Will he end up going somewhere in the Premier League? I don't know, man. I don't know. Juventus was Kazi saying, yeah, you think Juventus, but why, Kazi? Why? Can somebody enlighten me in the chat? Why do you think he will go to Juventus? Or why Juventus will win this race? We have more people coming in. Chris AQD. We are getting a winger to use as number 10. Why are we getting a winger to use as number 10? I didn't really understand that. Chris, a winger. Who? Are you talking about Mbeumo? Are you talking about Cunha? Cunha is a, he can play number 10. He can play as a right wing back. And Cunha can play multiple positions. He can play 8, he can play right, left wing, can play in the middle as well, in my opinion. Yeah, I checked Mbeumo's heat map, and me and Jarvis did that comparison, and we said he can actually fit as a right wing back, 100%. But this guy, Mbeumo, he's lightning fast. You know, he broke the record of, you know, driving with the ball at Premier League. So I wouldn't worry about that. He's a sort of multifaceted player that could play in multiple positions. And this is something that the scouting department has kind of identified in Ruben Amorim's system, to say we will get players that could play multiple positions at the end of the day. Isn't that great? Because there might be a strategy that one game you might start him as a right wing back, and he might drift inside. He might play as a number 9. With that pace, boy, he's going to be very, very, frightening at the end of the day. Imagine, right, if you do add on GYOKERES in the middle as well. Oh, mamma mia. But the only thing that is the weakness, in my opinion, though, is the goalkeeper. And that is definitely we need to replace Onana with. And a left wing back, sorry. Because I think that the right wing back, we are good. Looking at the academy plays, we do have Diego Dalot there as well. We do have, Amad Diallo, they can play both as a right wing back and as a number 10 as well. But if we look at the left wing back situation, can Luke Shaw play there? Nah. Who do we have here? We do have Dogo. We do have Hariamas. And apparently Diego Leon will be sort of sent out to loan or potentially play in the academy under 21s. So I wouldn't count on him 100%. Good evening to you, Kazi, as well. McTominay, yes. Imagine if McTominay and Rashford becomes teammates again. Happy days. I wouldn't be surprised if Napoli comes in, Conte comes in, because he loves Rashford, right? Arsenal will never bid for Rashford. They're too tight, right? And will Rashford go to Arsenal? I don't think so. McTominay refused to play with Sancho, 100%. But McTominay wants to play with Rashford. They're best buddies. You know what I mean? You know what you mean. What do we say here? De Bruyne hates Sancho. Yeah, I don't know. Everyone hates Sancho. Baba Flossie in the house. Mr. Mick Ruby is the world's scariest phrase. Mr. Mick Ruby, isn't the world at its scariest phrase? What do you mean? Are we talking about off the pitch, what's going on around the world right now with Iran and Israel? Yeah, that is fucking scary, to be honest. If you want me to talk about that, Baba Flossie, I can talk about that. Because I am shitting my pants. Because they're escalating a third world war, right? This is serious. This is serious because these idiots, they're not smart enough. They're not thinking about diplomacy. And they are pretty much lowering down the standards that violence is okay and the nuclear war is okay. No, it's not. Crying out loud. And if US gets involved in this fight, then rest assured that the BRICS countries will stand on Iranian side. But this is not a political channel. This is my personal views alone. And it is fucking scary, in my opinion. So better stop this right here, right now, 100%, because the Iranians will not stop, in my opinion. Anyway, if you want to sort of leave a comment regarding what I just said, it's always good to hear your global politics when it comes to geopolitics. Yaliman is in the house, the same Benfica versus Auckland. That game has been halftime for 2 hours. Anyone knows there's a... Listen, Yale. I'm not even bothered. I'm not even bothered to watch this Club World Cup. This is a ridiculous FIFA invention to get more money, and I feel sorry for the players. Give the players a freaking break. It's like a pre-season already. Everyone's halting on one leg. Benfica versus Auckland. What the hell? I haven't watched one single game, to be honest. Yeah, Chris, I'm all right. Yeah, I'm all right, Chris. I am really all right. I just expressed my opinion because I think we're living in a scary time at the moment, right? With this, there's a lot of escalations going on, and you know, I just want to be happy. I just want to see football, and I want my kids to be happy and safe. You know, I don't want to wake up next day finding a nuke flying over my head. You know what I mean? Because the technology nowadays is scary. Like they have the hypersonic missiles and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Game is still stuck in half time. Do we get storm or something? I have no idea, mate. Speaking about storm and tsunamis and you know, rain, so you know that, you know, I live in Southeast Asia. Like I live in Thailand, in Phuket, full time. And today was bucketing down monsoon, and it was windy, magnetic storms. And you know, last year I had the same thing, and guess what happened? I woke up in the morning and my car was over flooded. There was water up to the gear shift. It was a nightmare to clean out. It took weeks and weeks and weeks, and I do pray and hope that this is not going to last. Anyway, I took precautions. I moved my car to a higher point, so we don't have any floodings anyway. So yeah. Anyway, Baba Flossie continues to say, was Amorim right in starting the beef with Rashford, Sancho, and Garnacho? Well, Amorim didn't start the beef with Sancho in the first place. It was actually Ten Hag. But he started the beef with Rashford and Garnacho. Interesting theory. Who started it first? Was it, you know, Rashford's attitude, Garnacho's attitude? Garnacho gobbing off after the Europa League loss was not acceptable. And of course, Amorim got pissed off and he said, you know, you better pray that the club comes and gets you, right? And so far, he ain't going to Napoli. He wants to stay in Premier League. And that's the sad part. We could have sold him, right? And that's why Napoli is now diverting the winger option. They're looking at other options. Otherwise, we would have sold him, right? So it all comes down who you surround yourself with. I look at Rashford's bozo agent, and it's all family business. You know, his agent is his brother, Dwayne Winard. You know, you're listening to your brother, and your brother is not objective, right? You say, yeah, Marcus, you're the best. Marcus, we can still get Barcelona. Marcus, look, Real Madrid. What happened? In January, they toured like the whole Europe trying to pimp him out. He ended up at Aston Villa. So his value has dropped. Either if he played a brilliant display. I know that Uma Emery wants him, but not for that salary. So Marcus, save yourself. Lower down your salary because you ain't bloody worth 350k a week. No way, Jose. Arriba. Bomba. Regarding Sancho. Sancho was the freedom fighter. I will never forgive him. Like, he even tweeted out freedom after the Rashford thing. So, yeah, he can do one. But Garnacho, he's still young. Yeah, I can still defend Garnacho. But if I look at Garnacho, I saw him in the Asian tour as well. Like, he's such a good player, but, however, wasted in the Amorim system. Perhaps Amorim thought about it, assessed the whole season, and said, look, you know what? I will phase Garnacho out. I will bring in Cunha. I need players that can play my system. And Cunha is used to playing the 3-4-3 system. And I need abundance of speed and pace. So, therefore, you look at Mbeumo. I need a striker, a killer that can finish the dinner. GYOKERES. X, Y, Z. Compost Smurf, what are you saying in Compost Smurf? Conte been snorting pasta shells again. Better snorting pasta shells than they, you know what? I'm in love with my Baking soda. Pizza on the horizon, on the menu for Jarle Malmin with his pepperoni pizza. Classical pizza. Oh, I tried a new burger place today, and the burger was fantastic. It was grilled. Magnifico. Good to hear. I hope you enjoyed. I also have my favorite burger place. It's called Big Boy Burger. Wow, you should try that one. Exactly, sir, what you're saying here, Compass Murph. War never ends. Yeah, if we could talk about war never ends. Make not enough proof in the piece. You know, if you look at all the conflicts, guys, it's never about, you know, the war. What is the war about? It's all about power. It's all about, you know, assets. It's all about oil, gas, minerals. It's just basically politicians are more a modernized mafia. It's like cartels, like, you know, each prime minister is like a head of a cartel, and they all want a piece of the pie, and that's sad. On the other hand, people are dying for the cause, and soldiers are dying for the cause. Just look at the Iraq cause as well. There were never, you know, proof of weapons of mass destructions. You know what I mean? It was never mass destructions, but they just wanted the oil, and that is the sad piece. And then you have media, which is towing the line, which is the other mouthpiece. You know, if you control media, you control the narrative, and you always seem to have the same narrative going out. You know, if I look at Israel, for instance, there's nothing, you know, they're getting away with murder, right? They're getting away with murder, and everyone knows it's genocide, what's going on. It's so sad to see, but you can't hide from it. But if you control the narrative, if you own the media, then you can say pretty much whatever you want. It's a disgusting world what we're living in my opinion. And YouTube algorithm, please forgive me. We are a footballing channel. And the same things goes with the sports journalism as well. You know, you can put it to 90% of all these journalists are definitely getting thrown a bone. They're not Manchester United fans, but they are just correspondents. So they tend to speak about Man United. And the more bad words to speak about United, the more fans are falling for it. And of course, they're making a lot of dineros, right? So I think my channel was kind of the first. This is why I started the channel called MUFC Realist TV, to give you realism, not just bullshit, right? So call it out what it is. I started this trend, and now everyone is calling out the journalists, right? So if you don't believe me, just go back when I opened the channel. Nobody was doing it. Goldbridge wasn't doing it. Nobody was doing it. But I started it in a way. Even calling out Fabrizio Romano when he's lying. Hey, Fabrizio. Anyway, let's continue. This is a footballing channel, but it's Friday after all. Just like you, Jesus. The Compass only Rashford is going to Spain for his holidays. Yep. Ibiza, here we go. Ibiza. He's calling his mate Sancho. Hey, Sancho, I got a VIP table in Ibiza. Come over. Ciao. Let's Real Madrid take him, what Kaz is saying. Let's Real Madrid take him so he won't be our problem anymore. 100% we need to get rid of the headache. Like, you know, I'm tired of taking Panadol to get rid of headaches. You know, this needs to be permanent removed, you know. Yeah, Anthony, what you're saying here, Anthony shoved Ruben the finger after they played the wingback. Yeah, he did. But he's still welcome to come back to the preseason, what reports are saying. MYDRIK is, oh yeah, MYDRIK. What happened to MYDRIK? Meek. Chelsea bought him and he became the roadrunner. Meek. MYDRIK was just a roadrunner. Just been done for doping for 3 + 4 years ban. Why didn't Rashford get the same punishment? Well, did Rashford do doping? Rashford was just caught with 50 shots in Belfast, man, and made a single about it with 50 cents. You know what I mean? Yeah, he got away with it because it was player power. But player power doesn't no longer exist in this club. You know what I mean? But MYDRIK, bye, the Layla. You know what I mean? Sorry, I'm in a good mood today. It's Friday after all. We'll be very serious over the week, but is it Friday? So we can apply a little bit jokes and everything. Guys, if you're new to the channel, you know that I'm serious, but I like to joke. I have a good sense of humor. Sometimes bad sense of humor as well. As per se, I was supposed to be joined today by Graham Bailey, the sports journalist, to speak to you about the Mbeumo deal, how close it actually is. But Graham cancelled on the last minute. He had to go to the hospital. So Graham, if you're listening, you know, Godspeed to your father. And also Mark Nurse, Mark MUFC fan, was supposed to come in as well. He was all set up. He was the substitute. Apparently he got stuck in the Frankfurt subway train. Don't know. Mark, if you're listening, big up to you. Hope you got to get out well as well. Yes, MYDRIK got caught by random doping test. Yeah. What are you saying here? Anthony Garnacho, I think we sell Rashi, Sancho, Højlund, Onana. I have doubts. Guys, listen up. On Sunday, a premiere on the Bombas, right? We're talking about real Italian bomba. If you know Alfredo Pedula, you know, I know him quite well from the market. We did, you know, several podcasts 2 years ago where we collaborated and we broke the Amrabat to Manchester United story. We actually broke the Onana to Manchester United story. We broke also Rasmus Højlund before Fabrizio Romano. But unfortunately, what happened that Fabrizio took it and posted, and you know how it is. He built this here we go brand done deal. So he stole the whole thing. And that is the sad part. Like, you know, there's a lot of journalists that I do respect, but they never get the credit. I'm just a small fish, but I tend to get, like, you know, solid information from agents and tier ones. And if I have something to say, I come and say it and tweet it as well, because that's the way it is. But at the end of the day, you know, fans have learned that Fabrizio built this brand as an influencer to say, here we go. So, but I'm more on David Ornstein nowadays. Like, David Ornstein I respect because he doesn't tweet constantly. David Ornstein just drops one bomb and that's it. So I think that David Ornstein is actually taking over as the king of transfer over Romano. Romano is becoming more of a brand, doing lots of money, doing lots of collaborations with Dazin Sport and all that stuff. And yeah, unfortunately. Baba Flossie, what you saying here, Baba Flossie? Mick, I'm talking about Goldbridge team, about collab stream between you and Mark sometimes in August. Hope that is okay with me. I love to collaborate, guys. In matter of fact, I would love to have a Goldbridge to sort of have a chat and rant with them. Anyone is welcome. In matter of fact, I've reached out to a lot of them, but they never responded back to me. Huh? I know we collaborate with, with Stretford Paddock as well. We have Andy Tate coming in. We do have ex-United Stand members coming in on this channel. We're talking about, you know, the one and only, you know, oh God, I'm even talking to Kev to come on as well. Like, but at the end of the day, I do collaborate with Alice, you know, Flying Pig United, you know. But the thing is that there's people are so busy at the end of the day. Like, you know, I reached out to Terry Lewis a couple of times, like, good old mate, you want to come on? Never. But now you see him on the United Stand. So, Baba Flossie, please, yeah, I would open to the idea. That would be fantastic fun. So, if you know Goldbridge, well, welcome. More the merrier. I don't mind Goldbridge. He's the sort of beacon of the Manchester United. He was, like, you know, the biggest in the world, right? So, and it's good to see Terry Lewis actually presenting there as well. Like, so, guys, whatever, you know, whatever is your flavor. Like, I've never slagged anyone. I might have done it in the past, but I'm just being critical. Like, you know, I don't like, you know, the reactionary, creating drama, panic just for clicks kind of content. Some people like it, you know. Some people like to watch the ransom bands thing, Said TV. I know Said personally, you know, Nuruddin as well. I know Nuruddin, but, you know, everyone has that sort of type of flavor, right? So if you want to come in and have a raw opinions, real opinions, factual based, being a voice of reason, welcome. Spread the word. We are a 2-year-old channel aiming to 50K subscribers. We are very, very close to 41K subs. So welcome what you're saying here, Baba Flossie. So please, if you do, DM me as well. Drop me a message. If you have my Twitter, just drop me a Twitter message as well, mate. You know. Let me see. Kev's content. Yeah, I love Kev, man. We are having a laugh. I've been trying to sort of convince Kevin. It was very close, right? Come and do a sort of a comedy United show, like, you know, a Friday night comedy, me and Kev going at it, right? Jesus. His content is absolutely hilarious. Van Cam, he's also a member of this channel, man. So I don't know if he's wasted on United Stand. Like, you know, you know, he loves it. You know, that's the thing. So I love Kev. If you're watching, man, my invitation still stands. You're welcome. I love to do the content with you. You will. Anyway, I'm also waiting for Alice to come in. But on Sunday, premiere for Alfredo Padula Transfer Weekly show. We're going to do it on every Sunday. And why Sundays? Well, Sundays is because we passed the week of transfer news, and we are starting the journey on Monday with new, fresh news. And usually on Sunday, there's a lot of news coming out as well. And potentially we get a here we go from Mbeumo as well. Bobby comes in late. Bobby Fish. How you doing? Good. Like and subscribe and comment, guys. Yeah. Listen, where are we at the moment? There is 703 of us watching right now, only on YouTube, and shameless 36 likes. Do I have a curse? Do I have a curse? Should I just not speak for 1 minute until we get 100 likes, people? Every single channel you guys are watching, they're getting 200 likes. And we have almost 800 people only watching on one channel, on one platform, YouTube. Are you too lazy to smash the like? Is it me? Do I have bad breath? I guess you can't smell it. I'm in a good form today, guys. So please, 37 likes, smash the like button. Stephanie Griffith. I will send Stephanie Griffith to be the pit bull. I was left short-sighted, blindsided. My two guests canceled on me. Nico, big up, Nico coming in. Thank you. Big up, everyone. Good evening. When our interested FC will be charged to the normal previous and real Manchester United FC was dominating the whole EPL. I'm tired of seeing Cheaty handle. Yeah. Dude, Nico, sounds like you grew up in the right area, right? Interested FC. Well, depends on interested FC. Yeah, like, you know, Man United behind the scenes, they do have the targets. 100%, you know what I mean? They know who they're going for. They line up target A, target B, target C. And it's normal that you pick up the phone, you know, to talk about the agents. Happens all the time. I said it regarding the Etiquette story. That was just bullshit, right? That was just Manchester United just picking up the phone, asking, inquiring, what is the price? What is the conditions? And we've seen the Eintracht Frankfurt say, well, we want 100 millions. Oh, take it. We'll never get 100 million. And then you see Ornstein coming out saying the same thing that I said. It was just like, sure, there might be some inquiry, but there's nothing advanced, yeah? And regarding Chitty City, yeah, listen, what's going on there? Like, there's apparently a verdict coming in autumn or beginning of, that's been postponed, but the reason why you see cities now collecting players, spending mad, is because they know if they find guilty, they'll be facing a transfer ban, minimum transfer ban, points deduction, massive points deduction, and potential relegation. So that's why they gave Haaland an 8-year contract to sort of secure the assets. In a way, everyone is okay, and everyone is okay. 43 likes. Wow, 43 likes. What is the temperature in UK at the moment? What is the temperature in Manchester? I heard it was scorching hot. United. I want Osimhen, Wesley. I don't want Osimhen. I don't want him. There is something wrong with the Osimhen. Okay, let me be Aussie. Okay, let me be Aussie. I'm going to sort of put my mind into the head of Osimhen, okay? This is Osimhen, okay? You recognize? I am Victor. Calling my agent. Hey, agent. Why is nobody bidding for me? What have I done wrong? Disconte, baba pasta. You do me double trick, you want to fanculo, yes? I want to move to big club. I want money. I want big money. I reject Saudi. I don't want to play Saudi. I want to play in Champions League. Eh? Who will bid for me? Well, Aussie, you know, we tried everything, mate. We tried, you know, United. They were not interested. It's just basically a wage demand, mate, you know, and also your toxic personality, yeah? Yeah, you're not a team player. You're just thinking about yourself. Of course, Aussie, you're a great player, Aussie. You know that, Aussie. You are a great player. Don't worry, Aussie. We will get you a great move. Just wait for it. But if I wait for it, you know, they will drop the price and I will end up playing in some farmers league in Norway, potentially Bodø Glimt. You know. So I don't know, man. I find it weird. But that's why I say, like, you know, Clubs will be opportunities when it comes to OSIMHEN. He's such a great striker, right? But Napoli is being mugs, right? They're being absolutely idiots. They said basically it's 75 million or nothing, right? He's got 1 year left on his contract, so wait for it. Keep your eyes at the end of the transfer window because it's going to be a panic session. Panic selling for Napoli. They don't want him back. It's simply like Rashford or Sancho. We don't want him back. We don't want to train with the team. We don't want him to be part of the preseason. Same goes with OSIMHEN there. So at the end of the window, I think that's going to be scandalous bids. And the Turkish club that he's playing for loan, they will rub their hands to say, yes, we don't have money, but we can offer something 25 million euros. Will they take it? Will they take it? All of a sudden, they will back in the corner and OSIMHEN will panic. Anyway, sorry about this bad Victor OSIMHEN impression. You're laughing, guys. It's Friday after all. I wish I could do a Nigerian accent, but I can't. How does a Nigerian accent sound like? Maybe I should call Papi, but no, he's Botswanan. Maybe I should call KG. Yeah, he's Nigerian, but UK as well. Anyway, jokes aside, we've been live almost for 1 hour, and we will break the stories and news. Victor GYOKERES, that is still unchanged. We're talking about also potential Liverpool pouncing in for Alexander Isak, and we know that Arsenal also are monitoring that Isak situation. We know that they are being flirting with Alexander Isak, and that is actually what I've been told. Arsenal prime #1 striker target. #2 is Benjamin Sesko, and third on the list is GYOKERES. That is where they are, 100%. Now, Fabrizio Romano said it like, in a video that so far he's not, GYOKERES don't use another agent. It is only, his agency side, which is Hassan Shentiakli. I said Hassan's name so many times, and Ali Dursun and Patrick Poldevard as well that's involved in this deal. But however, Mendes is still there. Mendes is not the agent. Mendes is the intermediate broker. Mendes is there because he knows Portugal. There is a deadlock, is what the agent, the player has been told and been promised, which is having in writing. And now the Pratt, the president of Sporting, demanding more money because he expected a bidding war, but he ain't going to get a bidding war. So it's basically £55 million plus 10 add-ons. That was the gentleman's agreement, or not gentleman's agreement, but that was added onto the contract, which applies to certain clubs. So why does Mendes come in? Does it favor Manchester United? Yes, it does. Mendes used to be a super agent. Mendes broke and helped Manchester United to get Lenny Euro over the line to beat and snub Real Madrid. Happy days. But also Garte. Hey, I wouldn't mind Mendes being on our corner at the end of the day, because clubs want to make bid, but clubs are very confused. What is the price, Habibi? What is the price? Because contractually, it says 55 plus 10. It's like you going and shop for a Ferrari, right? You come into the car salesman, and the car salesmen are very good liars, right? You look at the price tag, you see the beautiful Ferrari there, or a Porsche, whatever you want, Porsche Cayenne. Let's say Porsche Cayenne. You look at it, and in front of the car, you have the price tag with all the extras on. The extras is the add-ons, right? You see the basic price is 55, and if you want leather seats, if you want, navigation, what I mean, rocket fuel jets, you add on 10 extra, right? So that is clearly printed. That is the agreement, right? But then you make the deal, right? Cool. And you come back with the cash to buy, and the seller, the dodgy car salesman, already knows that you want to buy him. He says, sorry, sir, the price is not changed. I want 80 million. Seriously? Get lost. You know what I mean? And that is exactly what's going on right there. And that is exactly why you need somebody like Jorge Mendes. Clip this. Yeah. Okay, I had my rant. You're still laughing. You're still laughing. I agree with you. Mick, your take on our outgoings. I will come back to that as well. Oh, hi, mate. JTC, hi, mate. Can I have your opinion on United Scout and Sully talks? Sully is being good. Solly's been accurate. I like what he's tweeting. I don't really know where he gets the information on, but you know, Solly doesn't, you know, tweet bullshit. You know what I mean? He doesn't tweet constantly, so I respect him. United Scout also good. Same, you know. And then I like United Exclusive as well. You know, it's, you know, if you're going to be an aggregator, you know, that's my simple advice. If you're going to be an aggregator, just don't print everything out, whatever it says about United, because at the end of it, it's your brand, right? People are going to sort of come at you. You know, what happened to this MUFC UPP or whatever? They got blocked because they were spreading bullshit, right? Some people, there were so many people that reported them, so that Twitter account is gone. It's blocked. It's violating the rules. So if you're going to be sort of an aggregator, my piece of advice is do like United Exclusive, do like Sully, do like that. Just do your research, right? Who is credible, you know, and then you sort of kind of retweet what's, you know, what you think it's feasible, right? Follow the tier 1 sources. But if you get someone reports some dodgy reports from Saudi Arabia or some Portugal, you know, just don't do it for the clicks, right? Do it the right way. And I think that people, Man United fans, will respect you more for that, right? Cool. That's my opinion. Hey, chat. How are you doing? Hey, chat. Kervin, hey, chat. Anyway, you're looking at Mark Goldbridge. Where can I find him? Mark, I don't know. He lives in, I don't know, where is it? He lives in where? Forest. I don't know, somewhere. I don't know. I don't know where he lives. I don't know Mark Goldbridge personally at all. I've never spoken to Mark, so I don't know. Maybe, I don't know where his mailbox lives, so his PO box lives either, man. So I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, guys, we've been 1 hour and 3 minutes, and I did expect some guests to come in, but nothing is happening, guys. Nothing is really happening. Listen, I'm just going to end up this stream, and as per usual, I think, and I want to do this as for fun, and like, you know, let me know your dream starting 11 after this transfer window. Like, I thought about it, and I said, wow. Let me just share mine, like, you know, as a surprise, as a final piece of the evening. It's Friday after all. I went for this, guys, and this is my logic and reasoning. Okay, Cunha, we are definitely have a here we go. He's signed already. Mbeumo, we're waiting for the here we go. GYOKERES, we are still in negotiating, trying to understand what the hell is going on there. Like, you know, looks like Arsenal is going for, you know, Alexander Isak. They're going to go all in for Liverpool. And if not, they're going to go for Benjamin Sesko, as that is far advanced. Those three together, peeps, those three together is a game freaking changer. Goals. We're not talking about Paul Scholes. We're talking goals galore. Cunha can contribute to 15 goals. Mbeumo, 22 goals. GYOKERES, minimum 24-25 goals. You know, I don't think that GYOKERES can replicate what he did in, you know, Portuguese league. But if he bags like 60+ goals, at least that can be halved in the Premier League to 30 goals. But I wouldn't set up that expectations that much. In the midfield, we still haven't finished recruiting in the midfield. We are linked to Richard Rios as well. Fantastic midfielder. But if we don't recruit anyone in the midfield, there is still Bruno as a playmaker together with Ugarte. Casemiro, I don't know if he's staying, but it's also an option for the bench. I believe that Ahmad is such a versatile player. He can sort of interchange with Mbeumo. If you see Mbeumo's heat map, Mbeumo can also play as a wing back. So Ahmad, wow, as a wing back. And then I look at potentially Ahmad and Dalot swapping places. You know, if I look at the backline situation, Harry Maguire has been solid, but I don't think that Harry Maguire will get a lot of game time this season. I see De Ligt in the middle. I see Lenny Euro playing as his best position, which is a left centre-back. And Mazraoui, we signed him as a right-back, but Mazraoui has been solid as a right centre-back. And of course, if we get a goalkeeper better than Onana, will be the Martinez, Emi Martínez. That's it. And I did forget also that we have Licha coming back from injuries as well. So we look at squad depth at the end of the day. You know, this I will sort of try to post up on weekly basis as the transfer window more involves, and you know what? This is going to be fun. So guys, get involved in this one as well. So my preferred striker is, according to JTC, well, my preferred striker is the one on the screen. I don't see any other option. And why? Why do I think so? Why? Well, simply because it's a plug and play, mate. It's a plug and play. It's a plug and play. This is a player that is used to playing the 3-4-3 system. This is a player that is Premier League proven and Championship proven as well. This is a player that knows Ruben Amorim's system. This is a player that will hit the ground running from day one. There's nothing strange. Of course, he needs to adapt and know his teammates a little bit. But however, that is why I want him. Everything else that we've been linked to is not Premier League proven. Etiquette, it's another Xerxes. It's another upgrade on Xerxes. So I said, no, thank you. We need a proven goal scorer. And what else is out there? I don't see any viable option other than Osimhen or him. And Osimhen is not going to come to us. This clearly reports to saying that we were never in for Osimhen. Even Ornstein was saying that. It was more media, it was more agent and media fueling that. But even if we get an Osimhen, he will absolutely fit Ruben Amorim's system, to be honest. And even if we get Jadon Sancho, like if in Jadon Sancho would, because sort of we couldn't sell Sancho, ironically speaking, he would actually fit Ruben Amorim's system. You know what I mean? So that is my honest opinion, and I do apologize for the beginning. I don't know what to do. YouTube is not that involved. If I go back and edit it, it will post it as a new video. So let's just keep it. There was a little bit of a glitch of 5 minutes where there was no sound. It wasn't my system. It wasn't YouTube. It was basically the streaming platform called StreamYard. There's been a lot of glitches. They've been doing some, I don't know what have they been doing for the last week. It's been shaky as hell. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching and tuning in as per usual. Been Mick Ruby here, gassing it up solo. I was supposed to have guests, but it is what it is. Happy Friday, people, and I should see you on Sunday with Alfredo Pedula. What do we say? Glory, glory, Manchester United. Be beautiful, stay beautiful, keep calm, and see you till the next time. See us. Bye. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials. Gotta sell Rashford. Gotta sell Sancho. We gotta ship Onana out. God damn it. Have to.